All right. There we go. So what we are talking about today is the 4-color personalities. And this is something where we've got 4 market partners that are going to talk a bit about their color. If you have not read this book, you're going to want to by the end. And I have a copy of, there's actually 2 books. There's the 4-color personalities for network marketing, and then there's mini scripts for the 4-color personalities. I have a copy of that we are going to give away to one person that's on this call. So Stephanie's going to be able to keep track of everybody that is on here. And then we can draw a name. But I am going to, we're going to go in order of basically the way I took the notes so that I can keep track of it. But we're going to go yellow, blue, red, and green. And then I'm just going to sum up at the end how you can talk to each of the colors and kind of a way to make sure that you touch on all of them. So yellow, take it away.
All right, everyone, I am yellow. Surprise, surprise. So tonight, not tonight. Sorry, my brain's a little off tonight. Okay, one word that you can think of right now and attached to the color yellow is help. So yellow personalities do more for others than themselves. They live for the chance to help others. It makes them feel good to help others. They're professional huggers. Everyone loves and trusts them. They're the type of people that will send a thank you card. And I died laughing at this part because it's totally me, is that instead of dotting their I's, they'll put little hearts above it. Friendly, helpful. They do not need to impress other people. They're soft-spoken, polite. They go with the flow, very mellow, laid back. They can fit in everywhere. They have a hard time saying no. That is probably like a downside for a yellow. And they don't want to disappoint people. They smile, avoid conflict. They're easy to get along with, great at relationships and helping others get along well as well. They're dependable, patient, nice, kind, and they naturally care about others. Some things that they're not interested in would probably be the comp plan or patents for our top products. Things that they would be more interested in is knowing about how our products and our opportunity can help others. They're not the type to give orders or tell others what to do, but they do like to help behind the scenes. So some examples, if you're trying to think of people to associate with in your mind to help you remember this going forward, would be Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Cinderella, Fairy Godmother, Charlie Brown, Marge Simpson, Ned Flanders, Casper the Friendly Ghost, Big Bird, and even Elmo. Even though he's red, he was loved by everyone. They make great network marketing leaders because people are naturally attracted to them because of their integrity, their honesty, willingness to help, and their missionary spirit. Once they're convinced of something, their missionary spirit is what gives them the power to overcome the fear of rejection. They help others and they don't let their ego get in the way of doing so. And they're great listeners and team players. One downside for yellows is that we are very indecisive. And so if you have someone who's indecisive, Amy's laughing at me. I see you. You just want to make sure you say the right words to get them to help to make that decision. And the reason why they're indecisive is really because they don't want to force their opinions on others. And some vocabulary words that you can listen for whenever you are getting your prospects to talk to see if they're yellow would be help, contribute, assist, feel, nurture, comfort, care, share, mindful, regard, worry, responsibility, aid, benefit, heal, accommodate, and some other ones. Some of the things that you can talk about to a yellow about our products and opportunity would be how the business opportunity helps moms stay home with their children, how our company helps various charities, how our products help solve hair, skin, and internal wellness problems, and how working at home gives moms or dads more time to be present with their family. And the last thing I wanted to share with you was an example invite to an opportunity call for a yellow personality. And this is an exaggerative one, so feel free to like dumb it down. But you can say, hey, I want to ask you a favor. We have an opportunity meeting tomorrow night. Would you please come? We need your help. We market some amazing hair care and skincare products that help moms look younger, feel better about themselves, and lead happier, more confident lives. And we have some nutritional products that help moms have more energy and balance their careers and personal lives. We also give moms the chance to work out of their homes so they can stop paying for daycare and missing out on time with their children. It would really make me happy if you joined the call with me. What do you say? And the key to that is that you're asking them for a favor and you're telling them how your opportunity and your products are helping, and you're asking them to help you, and it would make you feel happy because that's what makes them feel happy.
Perfect. Thank you. That was awesome. We are going to dive right into blue.
I was just going to say, are yellows organized? I'm pretty sure they are. And if you saw my notes, I even rewrote them. Blues are not known for being organized. I am definitely a blue. So I'm like, Candace, that was amazing. Okay, so I'm going to pull my glasses down a little bit here. Your blues. Okay, think of Dory, think of Cookie Monster. We talk a lot. We've never met a stranger. I met my best friend in Virginia in the Walmart checkout, okay? So we can make quick conversation. We're the person that you might meet in an elevator, and we're gonna tell you our whole life story. They start conversations with strangers. I thought of a story of when, if this is you, you can relate to this. If I go through the drive-thru at McDonald's and I've got time, I'm waiting for something, if the person there stays at the window, like I'm going to talk with them. I can talk about anything to anyone. I can relate with most people in some way. They love parties, events, and travel. So fun, excitement, social drinking maybe, with or without alcohol in them, but we love being around people. Those blues right now are struggling, y'all, whether they are working from home or things have changed in their life. They miss being around people. They usually feed off of energy around other humans. They are great natural promoters, kind of how I took off with this business. If they love something, they are going to share it. It doesn't matter if it's a vet, if it's a brand of clothing. We just are ones that if we like something, we're going to tell our friends about it. Back to the whole, we like to talk a lot. Let's see here. They're usually going to bring a lot of people to events when we get back to socials or online events. One thing that stood out, and it brought up, like if you were to walk into an event and there's a large table of people that are talking and having fun, they're usually going to gravitate towards the table that has a lot of people at it and a lot of excitement and energy going on to it. That was the only thing really that I read that I was like, oh, that's not me, because it pointed out the other table was just one person sitting alone. And those that know me know I would immediately go to that table where there's someone sitting alone, because I think also it's part of being a blue personality is that we want to bring people together. So again, either or on that one. They want to be where the action is. They take massive action. And if you've never heard Tara say this about me, ignorance on fire, you guys, I failed the foundations training like 3 times because my attention span was like, I just wanted to make lists and talk to people. I just was like, I want to like tell everyone about this. Like, I'm excited. So that might sound like you, but I am not one that's going to pay attention to the details about everything. I'm going to kind of learn as I go. I'm going to fail forward. I don't want to know all about the ingredients. So when I was thinking back to when I started this, you guys, like I have screenshots of conversations. Tara, her conversations were about 2 sentences long to me. And then I might ask a question. And then she actually stayed on with me while I got signed up, because number one, if you send me a paragraph of information or like 5 1-minute voice messages, I can't focus on all of that. And So don't send that type of information to people. And then also, if you don't get me like right in the moment, you're going to lose me until it comes back into my brain or you message me again. So it was a good thing she stayed on with me, because it probably could have taken another couple months before she would have tracked me down, because we're just going 200 miles an hour. It's not that we're trying to not listen to you. And Matt laughed listening. He's like, oh my gosh, yep, that's you. Because my brain's thinking about like 100 things at once. So it's not to be rude. So short pieces of information are better, because we really, most of us don't care about all the science and details. We just want to know the big picture of things. I'm not waiting around for permission to do something. When I first started, they're going to be the ones that just, I'm going to do it. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm just going to do it. So we're not one that are going to sit around. We are one that definitely want to take action and not sit there and watch a bunch of videos. Let's see here. What else did I make a note about? Oh, blues are not great follow-uppers because we're so busy talking to people. Learn from me is start getting a notebook ASAP and making lists, because we get busy talking to so many people. We can lose people very quickly in our messengers, in our emails, and always make Friday follow-up Friday. Like having that structure, that the sooner you start this, it will just make it smoother for you because of how we are. Back to the whole not great organizers. So just make it a habit that every Friday you follow up with people. Go back through and search your emails and Messenger to make sure you've not missed anyone, and keep a notebook or 10. Let's see, inviting people to events. It's got to be fun. Like, I don't want to hear all about how Monet's got 100, different ways you can use the oil and all that stuff. I want to know, like, hey, like there's going to be a fun event. I would love if you can be there. We're going to talk about the trips that are coming up, and it's so much fun and so exciting. Like, you just have to be there. Like, I want to know, I want to feel that energy. And I felt that energy when Tara was talking to me, like whatever she was doing was fun. And so that's what's going to draw us in, is we want to gravitate towards fun energy. Let's see here. We are more live in the moment. Absolutely. Not big planners. We will take action before we know what products do. Yes, like I signed up so many people and had them on the wrong products because I was just running with it. Let's see here. We just make things happen. Like at the end of the day, like we're going to get it done. And those are, like I said, so again, are we perfect? Absolutely not. We probably have traits in different colors, but we just want to take massive action and we want to get it done. Not going to sit through the videos. So I would not necessarily send a video to someone that's a blue. If you do, it's got to be super short. You might even offer to watch it with them, because there's two things. Their attention span is short. And if you send it in Messenger, it's going to be like, okay, great. Like they have really good intentions. Like, okay, cool, girl, I'm going to watch this. And then 5 things are spinning at them at once, and it's just out of sight, out of mind. So if anything, offer to do like a Zoom where you share the screen and watch it with them. And then you can talk, because they like to talk a lot. So ask them questions. Pictures. Again, Tara sent me pictures. Back to the whole short and sweet and simple. I need like 1 or 2 sentences at a time. And that's even just when I communicate with people now. So in short, that is us blues. Cheers.
Perfect. We are going to move right into red.
Okay, I probably should have been in between those little bubble butterflies right there. Okay, so I feel like I have to say this up front. For people who don't know me or don't know Reds, we really are nice people. We just don't come off that way. So if you are a Red personality, if you've watched me at all, I just don't really care about a lot of things or a lot of people, to be honest. But there's a reason behind it, okay? And it's because I am so driven. So Reds always want to be in charge. We want to be the boss. We love telling people what to do. We are great organizers, because if not, you have a bunch of indecisive party people that make me bonkers. So we like to just take control, keep it simple, and just get it done. We are very bottom line people. Like, we don't need the fluff. We don't need all that. We just need to know the very bottom line. We hate excuses, hate them. And we're all about the money. So kind of how Ryan was saying, she just took off and was talking to everyone. I didn't really care if people said yes or no. It was like, do you want this or not? No. Okay. Do you want this or not? No, no, yes, yes, yes. And I just kept going through, and I didn't get my feelings hurt, because I was like, whatever, I love these products. You don't, see you later. And in my head, I was like, you're going to regret that, but keep having that crappy hair. So you just keep going. And I don't really feel bad. So Reds are great to have on your team because they are probably the easiest people. They don't want you to boss them around. They just need to be told what to do, like, go do this, and then we're going to go. And then they'll check back in. They will. Like, if someone tells me to do something, I'm going to go do it and I'll come right back. You don't have to hold my hand. I will find out anything I need to know. Google, YouTube, those were my best friends when I first started, because I didn't need an upline or a downline or a sideline or anything. I just figured it out myself. We love, love, love competition. We love recognition. We are terrible followers. Terrible. Like, if you're going that way and I don't want to, I'm going this way. If 50 people go that way, I'm still going that way. So we just kind of do what we want. We also think we know everything. So we don't. I am not a smart person, but I know a lot of things, especially what I need to know. Words that really speak to Reds are money, power, wealth, competition, losers, whiners, results, control, boss, leader, image. Those are all words that, like, if I hear, oh my gosh, I'm on a team full of losers, I'm like, well, I could be on your team. I could win. Like, that just, it like gets you going. Okay. The other thing, just stop the chit chat with Reds. If you can figure out a Red pretty quickly, don't chit chat with them, because like Ryan and Candace, just them talking right now, I was like, oh, just say the thing. Like, we just get to the point. It's just who we are. Like, just stop the chit chat, get to the point. The person, if you say, hey, if you want to make $1,000, you need to sign up 6 people and 3 customers. You're like, cool, sign me up, let's go. And they're going to get it because you made it very clear to them what they need. They don't really care about anything. They don't want to know anything about the products. They don't want to know about the company, who's on your team, what you have to offer. They just want money. They want to know how much money is there for them. Okay. The other thing too, well, I'll tell you that in a minute. Okay. So let's say we have an opportunity meeting, right? And you have a Red that you want to invite to it. All you have to say is, we have an opportunity meeting tomorrow night. Be there. We're talking about money, like lots of money. Not job money, like you own a business money. That person will not miss the call. They won't. You have to just say it like that. But if you say that to a yellow or a blue, they'll be like, what? Nope, 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 nope. A green is going to need a little bit more, which you'll hear about in a minute. Okay, how you work with Reds. So if you are not a Red and you work with a Red, only do this if you know you're comfortable with them, okay? Compliment them once. Compliment them again, and then tell them that one of their teammates just signed up 5 customers last week and you don't think they can do it. That is going to get that Red hanging up the phone super fast. Well, not hanging up the phone because we don't talk on the phone. That's going to get that Red moving. They're just going to go. And then they're going to come back to you and be like, hey, I got those 5 people. Now what? That's what they want. They need that simple, clear thing, but you have to like make them feel good a couple times and then just hit them. The next thing, we just remember that if you are prospecting a Red and they're blowing you off, they're not trying to be rude. They're just doing their own thing. I was prospected. She kept asking me, oh, did you try the products? Did you try the sample? And I'm like, leave me alone. Like, just let me be. Okay. And then I just went to the website on my own. I don't know, in the middle of the night probably. And I searched up her name and I logged in and I joined as a market partner. And I didn't tell her until I never told her. She came in, she's like, you signed up? And I was like, yeah, I did it on my own. Oh, well, do you want me to call you? I'm like, no, don't call me. And I had already gone, like I looked at foundations. I looked through the videos. I Googled what the heck leave-in conditioner was, because that was coming in my product pack, but I didn't really need to know what it was. So you have to understand that a Red, if they are working in the corporate world, okay, most stay-at-home moms are not Reds. And if they are reds, they probably were not a stay-at-home mom by choice, at least at first, okay? If you are talking to a corporate working red, they do not want to stay home with their kids. They do not want to go on trips. They do not want a car. They want money, more money, more money, more money. That is it. Reds want money. So if you have someone that asks you 2 times, like, how much money can I make? They're a red, at least right there. Everyone has a little bit of everything, but if they keep saying money, 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 they're red. Talk to them about money, and then quit with the chit chat and just say, hey, you can make $1,000 doing this. Do you want to do it or not? And then move on. Okay. They also have FOMO. So like if you move on from them and don't follow back up, they're going to come back to you because they want that $1,000 you said. So that is a red. Done.
That was awesome and hilarious. Megan, you're up. Blue. Oh, I meant green. Sorry.
You're fine. I think I almost made Amy choke earlier when I told her I made a PowerPoint for this. And she was like, what the hell? You made a PowerPoint? Okay. So we're the nerds. We are all about the data. We're all about the information that you need in order to make your best decision. You don't want to make a wrong decision. So you want to research every single piece of information in every single language that you possibly can in order to get all of that information and make that best choice for you. I don't know if there's any Trekkie fans in here, but Mr. Spock, he is definitely a green. He is completely logic over emotion. He's not making emotional decisions. He is very logic driven. I know that sometimes people can be very like multicolored, I guess, in that standpoint, but greens stereotypically, we don't have fashion sense. There's a group of us on a chat and I literally gave them 8 different photos today of what I think I want to wear down in Florida next week. And I'm like, guys, I don't know what to wear. I don't like somebody come buy me clothes, tell me what looks good, because I don't have that artistic ability to like dress myself. We're typically going to be a little bit more of the antisocial, like we're not those quick decision makers. We're going to collect all of that information and we're going to ponder all of those options and all the potential scenarios that could happen. Not even the possibilities that like you've outlined for us, but something like that's way far out there, like, oh, well, what happens if I do have a customer that starts losing their hair, or if they start having sores on their head? What do I do about that? That's never even been like a problem for me. But I want to know how to deal with it before it ever becomes a problem. We're comfortable around books. We're comfortable around computers. We're not as comfortable around humans. Like speaking in front of people is not the easiest thing for us to do. Definitely like, if I have a very long outlaid speech, I can talk in front of people, but if I'm going off the cuff, I usually just lose myself and I'm not sure where I'm at. However, the greens on your team, once they make that decision, they're going to stay with it. They are going to be loyal to a fault, and they've already researched all of the outcomes and the possible outcomes. So they know that this is what they're in it. They're in it to win it. They know that they're in for the long haul for you. So that's someone that you definitely want on your team. I know with Candace, when she was talking to me and prospecting me, and I can't even imagine how many hours on the phone we spent over data and what this is going to do and what are the products and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I reached out to my hairstylist because I wanted to know if these products were good or not. Once I finally signed up as a market partner and upgraded from VIP though, like I did foundations in the first hour at like midnight, the night that I signed up, because I signed up like June 1st at midnight, the stroke of midnight, and I was done with foundations an hour later. Like that was the first thing I did before I went to bed, because I wanted to know what the hell I was doing. Sorry, language. We're also the type of people to do all of the activities to avoid talking to people. So we're the type of people that, I'm not I'm not the creative content person, but I will definitely rework somebody else's creative content and make it my own. There's a lot of, what are they called? The reels. And I wish I would have come up with a reel on my own to have that own idea, but no, I'm just going to copy whatever somebody else did. And I'm just going to repost it as if I did it on myself. All right, competitions. We're not the ones getting the trophies. That's Amy. And that's definitely not me in the competitions, because I spend way too much time reading all the rules and trying to get all the information on what the competition is about, that I don't get started in time. My time frame on getting the competition going, like, I'm going to make sure I know what I'm doing before I actually get started. Okay, so we talked about fashion and no fashion sense. Inviting to a call, to an opportunity call. This is someone where you want to say, like, hey, I really want your opinion on something. You don't have to have your camera on. You don't have to talk to anybody. You can just be a fly on the wall, but I really want you to tune into this so that you can hear what everything's being said and then give me your opinion on it. People love to have their own opinions when they're greens. When you're prospecting them, you don't just start vomiting all of the details about the business. You actually need to get to know them. You need to build that relationship with them. It's very important that you have a relationship with somebody before you start introducing their business with a green. We're facts. We want the facts, we want detailed explanations, and we want complete instructions. The things that we're going to give, though, is we're going to take these complicated ideas. We were in a giveaway group, I don't know, 6 months ago, and I did a tutorial about the Rejuva beads. I had these little glasses on or whatever. And I went into the science behind the Rejuva beads and how it worked and why it works and why it's so freaking amazing. Ryan gets excited and she's just like, I don't freaking know. This stuff is amazing. And I just love it. And I love what it does to my hair. And I don't have any more split ends anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, that's cool, but why? What is it that makes this stuff work? And I drive people like, Ryan crazy because she doesn't give a crap about my details. She wants to just talk about everything and then go grab a drink at the bar at the end. So if I'm prospecting a blue, if I'm prospecting Ryan as a green person, prospecting blue as a green person, right? And I give her that data dump, and I give her like too much information, she's going to get bored and she's going to go find someone else to talk to while she's on the phone with me. She's not going to be listening to what I have to say because she doesn't really care about the details. Now, if Ryan is prospecting me as a blue and she's hyping it up and she's drinking her juice and, where she's talking about all the fun we're going to have, I don't have enough information to make that decision. So if you're prospecting a green person, you need to make sure that those messages are going to be longer and those messages are going to have a lot more of that information that you need. So it just kind of depends on who's prospecting who, kind of thing. We're also the fact checkers. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I see typos in the Monat Facebook page posts. It drives me nuts. And I usually post them and I'm like, oh, who's not fact checking or who's not spell checking their stuff before they post on the Monat page? So a couple of words that you're going to hear when talking to a green, you're talking about facts, you're talking about data, figures, information, the research behind the products, the money back guarantee, that there's not going to be a risk because there is the 30-day guarantee for both the business and the products. What kind of commitment are they talking about? Are you talking about an hour a day? Are you talking about 5 hours a day? And you really need to speak with truth when you're talking about those people. And another good place to send information for green people is our clinical, our science website. It's thetruthaboutmonat.com. And that's going to give them all of the clinical studies, all of the research, all of the nerdy stuff that they're all going to want. And that's just kind of where I like to send my green people to as well. So.
Perfect. Thank you. And now, you guys, I'm just going to kind of sum up here because one thing I want to point out, get the book, first of all. Both books would be helpful. Before you get overwhelmed by all of this, I want to point out that no matter what you say to people, you've heard it before, you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. So if they are ready for what you're offering, they're going to hear it. No matter what you say, they're going to pick from it what they need to hear. For those who the timing might not be exactly perfect, that's where the colors come in. Remember that with yellow, you've got the helpers. These are the people like the teachers or the customer service reps or anybody that you know that is super like giving of their time and generous. Blue is going to be the partier. These are going to be the people like Ryan that are just, the center of attention, whether they want to be or not, because people are just drawn to them. It's just who they are. Reds are going to be the doers and the achievers, like Amy. Like Amy, I don't know, how many businesses do you have? Like 32 or something like that. Like she's so driven to succeed that she literally, I think you have like 4 businesses, right? Like like it's not just Monat. She has multiple streams of income with an accounting business. Like it's crazy how dedicated and driven she is. Greens are going to be the thinkers and the researchers and the people that ask a lot of questions. And when you stop and think about the colors, you're probably, when everybody was talking, you're probably like, yeah, I have a little bit of that. I have a little bit of that. Can totally see myself in that. And I have a little bit of that one in me too. There may be a color where you're like, yep, totally not me. I don't see myself in any of that. But the reality is most of us have a dominant color, and then we have a little bit of all of the colors. So that's why I say you can't say the wrong thing to people when you are talking to them, because if they're in the right place, what you say is going to get through to them 100% of the time. I had notes typed up, but I was trying to keep this under 30 minutes. Everybody had such great information that they basically took the notes that I had taken anyway. And they've shared everything, but just remember that those are the basics of what you want to talk about with people. And one other thing I want to mention, when you're doing connector calls and connector threads, I typically will do something where I touch on something that's going to benefit all 4 colors, where they're going to have something that I say is going to touch on each of the colors. So I make sure that I touch on the fact that what we do helps people. I touch on the trips and how much fun we have and how great it is to be part of this team and how fun it is. We talk about for the doers, just like the amount of money that can be made, just bottom line. And especially Smart Start, because they want to know upfront how much money they can have. And I wouldn't go into blocks or anything like that, but it literally is just the company sets it up where the compensation plan is front loaded with bonuses. We have information on how you can get those. And then for Green, we talk about the training, the research, that there are clinical studies on the products, and that we are owned by the Urdaneta family, and we're a debt-free company and made in Miami, and all the great stuff, but you just kind of sum up a little bit. And then towards the end, you want to say something like, this is the only business where you can make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun doing it. And so it just makes sense. That right there literally touches on all the 4 colors. You've got a lot of money, you help a bunch of people, you have a ton of fun doing it, and it just makes sense to do it. You can also, if you're still not sure, when you've shared something with somebody, or you've had a connector call and you get off the call and they're still not 100% closed, you can say, what part of what I shared stuck out the most to you? Their answer is going to tell you what their color is. They're going to say, well, I want more information about the compensation plan, or I want more info, and you know that they're red. I want more information about the training that you have, and you know that they're green. And so you can have your list of words that when you talk to them, and especially out of the mini scripts, they actually tell you words that you can use in talking to a green that is going to get through to them more quickly. If they say that it's, that they want more information about the trips that we go on, that they're a blue. If you're not really sure, I always fall back on yellow, because there aren't very many people that when you say that they can help other people, that it doesn't key in on them, because everybody has a little bit of yellow in them. I think just as women, we naturally want to help people anyway. And so you can always fall back on that as a color, but you for sure want to try to figure out basically what makes them tick. And by asking that question, what part of what I shared stuck out the most to you, you can pretty much figure it out. I know that we were trying to keep it under 30 minutes, but I also want to know if anybody has any questions, specific questions about the colors, the books. If you have specific questions for any of the 4 that spoke, please hop in and we would be happy to take those questions. No questions?
Hey, Tara.
Yeah.
Can you please repeat the name of the script book for me? Or can somebody, is it maybe in the chat? I could go look.
It's the mini scripts for the 4 color personalities.
Thank you.
Sure thing. It was on Amazon. And I know it's on, I think Ryan has it on Audible. Any other questions?
Somebody was asking what the name of the other book was that we were summarizing, which is the 4 Color Personalities. I think it's for network marketing, right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna type it in there. Perfect. All right, those are in the notes, although I just realized that the notes are not going to save for the recording. Any other questions at all? All right. Well, thank you guys for your time. For
Hey,
the 4
Tara.
of you guys that spoke, that was amazing. You touched on the colors and that was super, super helpful. This is going to be shared on the team page as a recording, and there will be a book given away. I actually already took a screenshot of everybody that was on the call, sent it to Stephanie so she can do the drawing, and we'll get the winner announced and we'll get the book to you. You guys have
Hey,
a great
Tara.
night. Bye, guys.